Hey everybody, Sarah here. So I wanted to talk about what you're measuring. So we talk a lot about, and you hear the term know your numbers all the time, but what does that mean? That means know in black and white different measurements. Okay, it's that simple. It's what are you measuring? So know your numbers means where are things coming and going from in and out of the business financially wise. So if you've got a shoebox of shame, we want to get you out of it so that you can have really financials that you can look at and use not only to file taxes. We don't want having books the only reason for that to file taxes. The reason for that is not only to file taxes, but so that you can use those numbers as a tool to help guide your decision making and really offer insight into the company. So what are you measuring? So you have your instincts and you have your experience, and those count a ton towards your decision making. That's the number one thing that I would always go with. What knowing your numbers and having measurement tools can help you do is reinforce that gut instinct that you might have been ignoring. And it can also sometimes open up things that you did not realize. You maybe didn't realize that you were only bringing in so much on this, but you're paying out so much for the supplies for it. Things like that. So getting financials is really important. And then taking that to the next step too of once you have the data, utilizing it. And I want to use an example of sales, for example. So maybe you know, hey, this particular salesperson, they sell $1 million. Well, okay, so they sell $1 million. What exactly are they selling? Are they selling mostly man hours? Are they selling mostly materials? What is it that they're selling? So yeah, it's great to sell $1 million, but what exactly does that mean? And in what time frame are we talking about? So you can really drill into that, take it a step further and say, okay, well, what's the revenue per man hour? They're selling some man hours, but what's the revenue? That $1 million, how many man hours is that divided over? That can give you some insight, especially when you're comparing salesperson to salesperson, crew to crew. So there's lots of tools. The basics is, number one, have that data recorded and available for you. And number two, you got to use it. So if you need help doing that, reach out to us. We can give you a hand. But number one is get some time on your calendar to make some motions to start that process if you don't have it in place and ready. And if you do, take it a step further. What can you do to move it a step further today? Thanks, everybody. Have a great one.